We are very much inspired by the text that we read, Norman Foster's Architecture for the Future, and therefore we looked at this petrol station in a very futuristic way. We started looking at the north and identifying why the petrol stations are at these locations, mainly because they're accessible, they're convenient, and the location is good. And therefore, by taking the north, which is our current date 2009, moving on to 2012, we can soon identify that at some areas, maybe we don't need that many petrol stations. We can just simplify it down to one at one location. Why so? With a comfortable walking radius of 400 to 800 meters, we can then say, if you want to move from this part of the suburb to the other part of the suburb, it's very comfortable to walk or even by cycling. That reduces the usage and dependency of petrol. One of our main aim in this design is to reduce the usage of petrol consumption, and therefore we propose that we should have denser living as well. Denser living would also have many advantages, such as we can have the infrastructure and facilities all catered together, multi-stories car parking at the ground floor with food commercials on the lower ground, and ground floor access with automobile transit points. We are trying to go for electrical powered vehicles moving from one suburb to the other, and looking at the section, we can see how we integrate the different functions across this mega tower. What makes it different is also we have tanks allocated underground. What happens is that these tanks are different kinds of tanks that are recycles, biomass. We collect solar energy. The next slide, we show that. We have vertical planting on the facade, which will help to create the backyard feeling, which is pretty much a very Australian dream. We would like to have greens all around us, and also a private space that belongs to us. And we also have cantilever balconies for views, photovoltaic cells on the facade as well to collect solar energy, openings to attract wind to pass through the building for ventilation, and also possible collection of wind energy. We also look at water collection systems with filtration systems at the underground storage tank, which will in turn water the plants in the building. And we also have treatment plants on site, and also electrical plants on site. Next, please. This is a research done, and it's proven that 80% of food that grows in the soil can be grown with hydroponic farming, which can be used in our building. And with 165 buildings of 30 stories high, you need about 1 square block of New York City brick, which is about 50 square meters, to feed 50,000 people per year in New York. And if that works in New York now, it will work in Melbourne, it will work in most parts of the city. We should create a more sustainable city that fits itself. And the current petrol fraction is in that linear fraction where fossil fuel will become used by petrol and used by automobile and become pollutants. However, ours is a closed loop system which creates a zero carbon emission and city and zero petrol consumption city. Last slide. And that's what we're proposing. Thank you.